JT Crowley is Talking Books. On the show, you'll hear from emerging talent and seasoned veterans from around the world.
Hello, I'm JT Crowley. I'm the host of Talking Book Show on Web Talk Radio. And today I've got the great pleasure of inviting back on my show Teresa Rowland from Sydney in Australia. And she's here to talk about 4 of her children's books. She's a children's author and she's written lots of books. But just for the purpose of this podcast today, we're going to talk about 4 of her books. The last time she came on, she talked about her book, Blusher. And if you look behind her, you'll actually see that book on her shelf there. But we're not going to talk about her. She's been well and truly covered off. So I'm going to invite Tricia back onto the show to tell us a little bit about who she is and why these 4 books. So, Teresa, come and join me on the show.
I'd love to, John. Okay. Well, I like writing children's books because I like children to smile and laugh and have enjoyment and fun. That's what all children should have. So at the age of 29, I decided to write kids' books. So that's what I have done. And we're just doing a couple on today. And I think the first one is, where are we going?
We're going to do the first one. Everybody's going to be there are fairies, ladybirds, and butterflies in my garden. So let's have a look at this book, everyone. So here's the cover, and I'm going to hide my face because it's going to come up with the cover. There's the cover. So this is in this book, everybody, we've got the characters Nicola, Tegan, Brianna, and a mystery character, which is revealed towards the very end. So what is at the bottom of this garden? Teresa, tell us what's in this book.
It's about a girl that, there's 3 girls and they're all, related. Two's related, one's not, but she's like a granddaughter. We pick. And one day I was just talking to her and there are fairies in my garden. And I was just saying, the fairies in my garden, Nicola. And
have a look at the fairies, everyone.
Yeah. There you go. 1, 2, and 3. This book also helps kids to count and to look at where they are. So, of course, with Nicola, there's 1, 2, and 3. And then we go with Brianna, 4, 5, and 6.
And here they are.
And they are. And Tegan, there are
Butterflies in the garden.
butterflies. Yes, of course there is. So then you have to pick out the butterflies.
Here are the butterflies.
There's the butterflies. Can you see them?
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes through again, which says, can you see, can you see? So when you have the book open, there are a couple of different verses for all 3 girls to do. And then you still have to look for them, which is the good part. And at the end of the book, there's number 10.
And here is number 10, everybody.
And there you go. That is number 10 in my garden. So technically, that's me.
Ah, so that's who's number 10. It's you, is it? Ah. So the book really
is somewhere.
Yeah, so the book really is everybody. It's about giving young children, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-year-olds, the opportunity to count and to start to see that there are things at the bottom of the garden, like butterflies, like ladybugs. Now, are there fairies at the bottom of your garden, Teresa?
Oh, my earth, there's fairies in the bottom of my garden. There's a load of things in the bottom of my garden, which you have to believe to see. That's what I do. I love it.
Now you can see, everybody, why Teresa has such a highly imaginative mind.
I've been told it's so out there. And I just think, well, if you've got imagination, use it. People may think you're silly or whatever else or nutty. I don't care. I was given a mind that can go to fantasy world. And it's not just me, there's 50 million people that can go there. And I like writing kids' books.
And they're wonderful, everybody. But you can't get these books from Amazon anyway. You have to go to Teresa's own website to get them, and she'll sign copies for you and send them out to you. So this is why we're holding the books up, because these will be the only images we've got available, so you can see what they look like. Now, I'm going to go to the second book we're going to talk about, and this is The Boy Who Had a Rainbow Dog. And this is what the book looks like. That was the front, and this is the back. So what's the story, Teresa, behind this cute story?
It's about friendship between a boy and a dog. Okay, my grandson, my youngest grandson, loved Gyps, who happens to be my son's dog. But Gyps and him had that closeness, companionship, whatever you want to call it, the love of each other overrode, and you could see it in their eyes. It was wonderful to see. So I thought, why not write a story? And of course, I like rainbows. So I thought, the rainbow dog. So I just think what Gyps and Corey would do, and I put them all in the book. She would go missing, and he would have to go find her. And at one stage, he couldn't find her, though he went and looked in another building, and where he came up, opened the door, and a cobweb hit him straight in the face.
And here's the cobweb.
With a spider on his nose. So, of course, it was dark in there, so he walked in and fell over, and all of a sudden, this wet tongue was licking his face, and he knew it was Gyps. So, and he'd say to him, why are you here? Where do you go? So, of course, Gyps would just keep licking him. So he got up and he saw like there was a piece of rag covering the window. So he pulled it down, and all the dust and everything else went all over him. So, of course, he was sneezing and coughing. Oh, but then he saw the puppies sitting in a box.
And have a look at these, everybody.
They were so beautiful, and they were all the colour of the rainbow. Corey knew that they weren't his to keep. So he asked, why have I been picked to look after the rainbow dog? And they said, because you wave to the rainbow every time, and you smile, and you just love the rainbow. So we decided you can look after a rainbow dog. And they were just all beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And he just loved them.
He did. But there they go.
Yeah.
There they go.
Yes. In the end, Gyps asked, but you cannot keep them forever, Gypsy said, because they have to go back into the rainbow and become other people's pets or other little boys or girls' pets. So that's why. And then until the next million lap years, they come back to Earth.
They're very special dogs, everyone. Very little characters. They're cute. And it's a very nice little story for, young kids to sit and read, either by themselves, as I said, or with a parent, a guardian, or grandparents.
Just watch, or just look at the pictures, because the pictures are, I think they're gorgeous, because an older gentleman did those for me, and I just love it. That's not precious, it's good.
And there's no singing disc this time, everyone.
No singing disc, no. That's the only singing disc I've done.
There's no singing disc with this one, everyone.
You can make your own singing disc.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
But yeah, the disc only goes on the one with the fairies, the ladybirds, and the butterflies.
Yes. At
Now,
this stage of the game.
oh, she'd be singing again. Oh, we'll have to wait to see what that one's about. Now, the third book we're going to have a little look at, a little peek at, a little snapshot as Nicholas's Christmas Prayer. And all these illustrations are done by a gentleman called John Donne. And so this one, so I'm going to hold it up. That's what the cover looks like. So what's in this story then, Teresa?
It's about Nicholas who loves Christmas and everything about it. So then he has to, the worst part about that is that he has to go to bed. And he doesn't want to go to bed because, he wants to stay up for Father Christmas, but he can't. So anyway, his parents tell him you have to go up to bed. So if you read it, actually, I think I just got ahead of myself there because they got the big tree in the middle of the hall. And it's got every ornament on it. It's beautiful. And so he just loves it all. And then he has to, because it's amazing.
It is, and the Christmas tree is wonderful. Have a look.
Yes. And yes. It's so amazing. So if you turn over, then it goes through that he goes to bed. And then he forgets to say his prayers.
Oh, dear.
So, jumps out of bed. And as he knelt on the floor, all his toys were there. So it's like, ouch, ouch. Next time, put your toys away. So he
And here he is, everyone. He's just leapt out of bed and he's hit his knee on the toys.
I think we've all done that some days ago. And the next one, he just, it goes through. This was a poem that I wrote, actually. Originally, it was a poem. And then I made it into a kid's story, except I wanted it different. So if you look at page 8, you come into page 8.
Mm-hmm.
The 6 and 7 are of the tree. So we come into page 8. He says, do I have to sing? We could sing a song or two, but it's the notes that are coming out of his mouth, not the actual words. And then he wants to go outside and build a snowman. So he goes outside and he builds a snowman in the cold.
Here's the snowman.
Yes. And he got hit with an ice ball.
He did. And here's another little winter scene in the book, everyone.
Winter Wonderland, yes. That's where they want to do all of that. And the other ones. I like it because you have to make it different. It's not logical what you do, but I like, if you look at page 15, that's a beautiful one that I like of Jack Frost. So the illustrations are done and they're just beautiful. But then I wanted something to be different as well, so that he pulled Holly's hair, but it's not a girl and it's not hair. So if you go to page 16, you'll see the difference, what it is. The same as he hid the Christmas pudding in the old sleigh. So that, it was mischief. And then he hit Frosty with an ice ball and Jingle and took Jingle's bell away. But it's not, it's just about that he's jingling. Yes. You have to make it sort of like not normal, I suppose it's okay. It's like As for Noel.
And here's him hiding the Christmas pudding.
Yes. And if you go to the next page.
We go to the next page.
And as for Noel, he hit me first. And the merry gentleman which is on the next page. Oh, that's St. Vincent Rock around the shop, yes. The clock, so that was a good one. I had to sort of like think how to do that one. You can't just have a clock, so that's why I did that one with him.
And here's a winter scene in the book.
Yes. And then you got Hark the Angels Sing. So that was, just get a couple of angels singing. So that was okay. And this Santa decked the holes with bells of holly. So you got that one, which is page 25. And then it comes up to, don't forget to roast the chestnuts on an open fire. Like in England, yourself, always have chestnuts on an open fire. Except it was in a grid, sort of like, but this one seems to be on the floor. On the, footpath, whatever else, it sounds good. And, of course, Mummy kissing Santa Claus.
Oh, yes. Mummy kissing Santa Claus.
Oh, yes. And then another one goes for the drummer boy. So, to find open fire so that he can get himself warm. So it's just a boy with his drum. And the last one is Santa is on his way. So let us know, peace on earth. I say, and joy to the world. Have a and have a very Merry Christmas Day. So I like doing that one. I like to try to do different pictures. And I'm lucky enough that my illustrators don't even bat an eyelid. They go, okay. I say, I'd like this, please. They go, okay.
So this, the third book here it's a little story, everybody, about Christmas, a little boy's dream around Christmas Day and his presents and asking Santa. It's a sweet, enjoyable little story all around Christmas. So
it's nice,
Yes, you were about to...
No, that's all right. I interrupted you.
No. It's so we've got the three books here. We've got the Fairies, we've got the Ladybirds, we've got the Butterflies, and then we go to the other book where we've got the boy, the dog, the rainbow puppies, and now we've got this little book here about Nicholas and what's around Christmas. Now the fourth book that I want to go to is called Our Little Elephant. Now, I don't have this book in front of me. I have it on my phone. So Teresa might have it. And it's the story of a little elephant. And it's about the little character called Reed, his mum Boo, and his dad Ricky. So what's this story about?
My sister's granddaughter was on Facebook and she calls her son a little elephant. And then she also had, the glasses that are big, wide ones. I saw those. And this is the fastest book I've written. So I just thought, everybody should have a book, so I'll write him one. So it's about a little elephant. Doesn't tell his parents, but he keeps falling over. He can't see properly. And he just thinks, I must be going blind. And of course, one day his mum saw him keep falling over. So talked to Dad. So Mum, Dad, and little elephant went to the eye specialist. And they checked everybody. They checked his eyes, but then the specialist said, why don't we check Mummy and Daddy's eyes? So it's all about them in there, and they're all getting their eyes checked. And so, sorry?
It is about that, everybody. But he goes first to the doctors, and he annoys the doctor. And the doctor says to him, now, off you go and see the glasses man. And it's a wonderful, and the illustrations are very bright, they're very vivid. And I love the one where he's sitting in the doctor's surgery, and we've got He's there sitting in front of Dr. L.E. Fant. Very good.
Well, I had Dr. Ellie, and the mom said, why not Dr. Elephant? And I thought, oh, that's good. Yeah, I like that. So we ended up calling him Dr. Elephant.
And I love, this is done by a different illustrator, isn't it, this book?
Yes, it's done by Paula Nada.
Yeah. So did you enjoy working with Paula and to do these illustrations?
Oh, yes, she's brilliant. And I just sort of say, this is what I want. And then she'll say, well, how would you like it? And I go, you read the story and then you do what you think. That's the whole point of writing and illustrators, is that you can't always have what you want. Mm. So, I like them to sort of like, oh, okay, I see this, and they will do it. And if I'm not happy with that, then I say, no, that's sort of like wrong. Can we try something else? But other than that, I like to see what other people have in drawing. And I just love this book. Everything about it is the illustrations, and she's very good. Can't say enough, but thank you very much.
And guess what the optician is called, everybody? Mr. Speck. So the doctor is called Dr. E. Elephant, and the optician is called Mr. Speck. And I love the illustration where they're all looking at the rows of glasses, to which one to pick up. And if Teresa flips her book, she can perhaps show us the rows of glasses. And it's, we've got Mr. Speck here holding up the glasses and saying, let's try these for size. Here we go.
See that?
Yes. So the story is here. It's a little story about, if you think this, yep. The story is about, if you think there's something wrong, don't always get checked out. That's what the little story is about, isn't it?
It is. It's if you see something and you're worried about it, then yes, you're better off seeing a doctor. Or like this case, you had to see the eye specialist. And all it was is that he needed glasses. And let's face it, we all need glasses at some stage. And sometimes our little babies need them quicker than we did. If in doubt, check it out. And it's about Reed falling over things and knocking into things in the furniture in Nanny's house and breaking things, which you then say there's something wrong with his eyes. Whereas Reed thought there was something really bad wrong with him. So, of course, they all decided we're going to see the spectre. And they go and they have fun, because you make it fun when you go in bed like that. Trying on different glasses, does this work? Does that work? Yes. So, yeah, I think, like the other one I just showed the first time, they've got their own glasses on. So they look really mummy, daddy, and Reed.
Would you be kind enough, Teresa, to show us the last picture, the last illustration, and it's Reed, and he's got his glasses on, and there's a rainbow in the background. She's on with the rainbows again, everybody. Do you want to hold it up higher so we can see it? A little bit higher.
Yeah. No.
There we go.
And of course, in this part here, I took it out the other day for some reason. There are faults in the book that we made, and you have to find those mistakes. So there again, that teaches kids to look at it and then say, oh, that's mummy and daddy, but their arms are down or their arms are up. Took it out. Silly me. And So there's all parts of this book that you have to find the mistake. And it's fun for the kids, it's fun for you. And at the end, I just made a mistake. So technically, I think they were my mistakes, not Paula's, but we had fun doing it.
And the last picture there was the Dr. Elephant playing the trumpet. Very good. Very, very good on that one there.
Yeah, and that's where Reed's falling all over everything. So everything's just flying in the air.
Yeah. So it's a little book,
nice
everybody.
book.
Yeah, it's a nice book. It's a little book. They're all little books. They're colourful. They've got little stories to them. And I simply say is go and have a look at them.
Yes.
Now, Teresa, you really are a scribbly scribe. And you've always got a book on the go. So what's next for Teresa Rowland? Any other books coming down the line?
Yes, I've just done one, The Secret of the Upside Down Umbrellas. And it's about dragons. Starts off very well, actually. I've just had it bought in one. I've had it bought in one making a splash. And it's about these three boys, my grandsons' names, and it's about them going to the library and they have to either write about the library or read the books, or they have to draw pictures of something. And of course, these three boys just want to go out and play. I don't want to be here. So, of course, they get taken into the library. The boys don't. They run up the stairs and then hide behind a wall. And then all of a sudden, Christopher's got marbles. And as these brollies are upside down, try to throw the marbles into the brolly and see if they can. So
when's that one coming out?
I'm going to take that down in the next 2 or 3 weeks. And so I'll have that one as well. That's a longer book. Actually, it won't be a picture book. It'll have a couple of pictures in it, but as it's a longer book, it'll just be the written word and a couple of pictures.
So it'll be a book for the more mature reader, an older child, everyone.
Yeah. It's about them going into another realm. So everybody goes in another realm with me.
Not going there. I've known Teresa here for a couple of years, everybody, and she's a real life character, believe you me. I've had to get her to sit on her hands because she's very expressive. So, yes. And it's also because obviously the joy of, the characters come out in her because she loves writing the books and she feels very passionate about the fact that, children need to read and then they need to learn and they need to engage with books for, not just for enjoying, but for the future as well. And I totally agree with that. Now, if you want her books, as I said, you're going to have to go to her website. And the website is, what's your website, Teresa?
The website is awesomekids.com.au.
awesomekids.com.au. Is it sales? Is it sales, Awesome Kids? Sales at Awesome Kids?
Sales is at awesomekidsbooks.com.
So it's sales at awesomebookskidsbooks.com.au.
Awesomekidsbooks.com.
Yeah. It's on the written introduction, everybody. We finally got that one out after a few attempts there.
But also my email, if you needed to do email, if you can't find whatever you want. So that's at Teresa at awesomekidsbooks.com.au.
And she'll send the books out to you.
Yes, with pleasure.
So I have to say, Teresa Rowland from Sydney in Australia, it's been a sheer pleasure again. It's been highly entertaining. as usual.
Well, I think life should be entertaining. I think you should have fun. And I laugh at myself quite often anyway. So that's what makes you good.
It
I
is.
feel like.
I always know when I'm chatting to Teresa, this is going to be a lively conversation. I do have to tone her down, everybody.
Like, don't do that. Okay, I'm going to keep my hands still because I fidget and it's terrible. I know.
She does. But there
I
you
think
go.
I was worse as a kid.
Oh, I don't know about
That's
that.
why well, that's maybe why I connect with children more, because kids can't keep still.
She's just
No
a
matter
big
how
kid
you
as
try.
well.
Oh, yeah. I never grew up.
She
I
never
don't
grew up.
intend to.
She never grew up, anybody, telling me. And this is how the conversation goes between us off the screen.
You've got to enjoy life and you've got to help your kids to enjoy life.
Yes.
Right? Only we can help them to do that.
And on that point, I simply say, Teresa Rowland, thank you very much for coming on the show again. And I simply say to you all, thanks for listening wherever you are in the world. Until next time, stay safe.
Thank you, John. I've had a ball.
I know you have. See what I mean, everybody? See what I mean?